Hey guys, what's up? Mike here. So it's today's new comic book day. Today's Wednesday. I picked up a whole bunch of stuff. Plus, I have a lot of stuff from last week and the week. My reviews have been backing up, but um, I'm gonna be getting a lot of stuff done tonight and tomorrow. Get stuff out, a lot of stuff out this week. Um, as you can see, I cut my hair. I got a haircut. My parents are giving me a hassle. So I have a couple books I'm reviewing tonight. I'm actually going to be doing two reviews tonight. Two super reviews, I guess. The first one's three actually, videos. It actually makes sense to do three instead of two. The first one's actually going to be Wolverine the X-Men #5. As you can see, 2 months until Avengers vs. X-Men starts. We have the Kitty Pryde sort of being assaulted by the Brood. This cover just creeps me the hell out. So the creative team hasn't really changed. It's Jason Aaron, Nick Bradshaw, and Justin Ponsor as a colorist. Ah, my headphone wire's tangled up. So last time we left off, last we left off, what happened? What was the last thing that happened? Oh, last we left off was the whole Genesis, and he's really confused about his life. And basically, it was a single standing issue. Oh, and Kitty was pregnant. This issue actually starts off with Warring at Worthington Industries, where who Warren Worthington he technically owns, and he's been using this money while he was normal to sort of fund not only X Force but also to fund the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. And Iceman and Wolverine are there with him, and his company calls for a vote of no confidence, and they freeze all of Warren's accounts. Um, and they find out, know who's behind it? The Hellfire Club. The Hellfire Club has sort of pushed the board of Worthington Industries to sort of lock out the owner, and this man who has, who uses his money to sort of try to benefit mutants at this thing. Um, It's really a douchebaggish move, especially since Wolverine took him for almost every. He sued the crap out of them, so I guess there's a little payback. So they're out of money. The school's out of money. There's no way to pay for anything, especially with the remodeling they're doing after Krakoa sort of added new stuff. So Wolverine said he's gonna take care of it. He puts Bobby in charge. He's like, you know what, take care of the school. I'll be back with the money. And he doesn't really say how he's gonna get the money. And then we moved back to the school, and it's Beast teaching biology 101, and they're actually inside the mutant body, and we actually see what the X gene actually looks like while in the body, and it's actually a very interesting looking piece of it floats around. The X gene isn't actually like part of your DNA, according like as Nick, how you have your chromosomes and there's like an X gene part. No, the way Nick Bradshaw and Jason Aaron have just shown it, it's that within your blood, you actually have these X-shaped um, DNA or chromosomes, or the X gene is an X-shaped like cell that sort of floats along your blood, and they have DNA float like double helixes in them, which is actually really interesting. I like that take. That you can actually see the X gene in a person's bloodstream. You don't have to, it's very simple to tell if you're immune or not. Um, and all the students are in there. Quinn Quires in there. He's Kid Omega. He's drawing on some blood vessels. Edie, she's so surprised that that bloodstream, that the X gene is actually really really interesting and beautiful to look at, even though she believes it's evil. She believes being a mutant's just terrible. Kid Gladiator is punching it. He's this DNA is vastly like inferior to Shi'ar DNA. And Genesis, he's sort of confused. He doesn't know his place in the universe, and he sees it. It's like, is this is it? This is what makes us who we are. And Beast tries to explain to him, you know, it's more than what your genes say you are. You could be whatever you want to be. Um, and then Quinn tries to hit on Edie, and she says, if you're gonna, if you want to be her boyfriend, she wants to have, um, she doesn't want to have a lot of children, only five. And Quinn's just like, I'll back up off of that. And Broodling, he's a terrible wingman apparently, and it fizzles out. Um, we then see them walking in the brain of one of the mutant, and then they're just exploring the body. They fall into the mutant's stomach, and then you see like a fish head, which is weird, and flies. So you sort of know whose body this is. They sort of escape. Someone throws up in this mutant's mouth, and when they leave the person's body, you actually see it's Toad, and you know it's just gross. Toad just listen like I get no respect. I used to be part of the Brotherhood of mutants, of even mutants. Is like, what is this nonsense? He's like, I'm gonna kill you all in your sleep. Um, and then we see Rachel come in and let them know that she's concerned about Kitty. Kitty is sort of MIA. She's really sick. She's been throwing up, and she's getting people to cover her classes, but at the same time, something's wrong. We then see Kitty. She's crying, and she tries to call Peter Rasputin, Colossus, and tell him she's preggers, but she can't. Well, Beast and Lockheed are about to kick down the door. She comes out, and everyone sees that she's pregnant, and there's like shenanigans. Then we see the school, the kids. They're just hanging out, being kids. Like it's actually like the school is just chaos. There's a little band running around. The kids are just hanging out, chilling. Trying to doing exactly what Wolverine wanted for them. Um, so um, so the kids are talking, and Genesis is still troubled and confused about life, especially since he came to school. He's gotten even more confused, especially after meeting Deathlock. And Clint, that's what everyone says. So so Wolverine shows up. He takes Clint Quire. They jump into a spaceship and then just fly into space. And Kitty is now in the sick bay. She doesn't really know what's wrong. And Hank um do, takes a scan of her, and he says his famous line, "Oh, stars and garters, oh my stars and garters." And he's like, "Remain calm, please." And she's like, "What is it?" And when he turns the monitor to show her, they're broodlings in her bloodstream, she's not pregnant. She's just filled with brood. And then and then Hank sounds the alarm. And Broodling senses something. He's like, I don't know. I hear his friends or something. And um, Hellion sort of is mean to him, but all the adults try to shuffle the kids to the panic rooms, and so we see Kid Gladiator. He's like, you know what? He was attacked by white blood cells in Toad's body. He's like, you know what? I'm not gonna be stand for this. I'm not being defeated by white blood cells. We find out that the Brood are attacking Kitty's bloodstream, and it's not like they're not targeting anyone but Kitty. This was a specialty attack, for Kitty. And Beast found two more broodling. Um, he's found a couple more broodling the size of dust mites in the ventilation system, like specifically for Kitty. So they're like, you know what, we're gonna deal with this. He's in a contact sword, and but they can't wait around. Kid Gladiator jumps the gun, goes into Kitty's body, and starts punching and laser beaming broods in the face. Iceman, everyone's about to go in too. Everyone's questioning. Brew is trying to go save his friends, because apparently he's like, don't kill them. These are his friends. And then we see Wolverine and Quentin fly off into space, going somewhere. Oh, and this is where it gets weird right here. We see what appears to be like a prison sword agents trying to capture. They're on a spaceship and they're trying to catch, I guess, like criminals. And there's this guy just sitting, and his criminals. He says eat him, and a bunch of brood come out and start eating the sword agents, and he starts punching agents. He's just a really tall, like glowy alien. He blows up the ship and decides to float to Earth and head towards the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. That's where the issue ends. All in all, this issue was actually pretty interesting. Despite I was hoping for Jason Aaron to continue his single like story classes. I would love um well pretty much the story's pretty solid continuing from the last one. Setting up for the arc. I really enjoyed the class parts of the book more so than the whole climax of Kitty being filled with broods. Um, Other than that, yeah, the story was really solid. Jason Aaron did a great job setting this up, but I really enjoyed this whole lesson part. I wish there were more um, instances of that, especially in this issue. They have two. They have not only they have the biology 101, but Kitty teaches religion, and the sub they got was Bloop, I think his name, the green floaty thing, and he has his own language. And when they translated it, it was basically watch this movie or else. And then one of the students just says, I don't think you're even like I don't think that's even legal to say. Which I'm really want just like standalone like class shenanigans school life issues. I think that'd be a really fun thing. Like even if they hardcovered it, that would be really awesome. And I think Avengers Academy would be another instance where that would have a great chance to do just classes like and have a hardcover like book about different days of school. Um, yeah, but I've been saying this a lot in all my X Men Wolverine X Men reviews, but it was solid. Not much to complain about. A little more character development. We see Kid Gladiator's a little cocky because of his upbringing. He's Gladiator's son. So, there's not much. He has his arrogance for being a Shi'ar. He's sort of royalty, sort of special. His dad's part of the Guardians, the Galaxy, whatever those guys are. Um, and in terms of not much. In terms of art, I'm not really excited about Nick Bradshaw's art. Really, I don't like the way he draws the characters. However, apparently Chris Bacalo is coming back to the book for the Avengers vs. X-Men crossover, so I'm really excited for that. I love Chris Bacalo's artwork. But yeah, Nick Bradshaw's artwork isn't great. I don't like it, but it's not terrible. I just don't like the design, like the way he draws his characters. I guess out of costume. In costume, they're fine, but out of costume, they're weird looking. Especially Wolverine. I don't like. It's just his artwork's not for me, but he does a great job drawing all the characters. Everyone's very different, and you could tell who's who really easily. I don't really have much else to say about this book. It was not a bad issue for the month. I'm gonna be giving it a 3.5 out of 5. Not much happened except you found out that the Brood and Skull's gonna get teabagged by an alien. Other than that, pretty simple stuff. Setting up for, I guess, the next issue is supposed to be Wolverine gambling, I believe. So that's what the issue is gonna be about, gambling. I guess it's gonna be an interesting situation, especially since he's a Kid Omega. I guess they're gonna cheat. But thanks for watching, guys. I have a bunch of stuff I'm reviewing. Hurt myself. Um, Let me know what you think about the book. If you liked it, if you really thought it was great, if you thought it was like terrible, check out my other videos. There's probably on this side. I guess that's where the links are. Or you could visit my channel. I think it's up there. Thanks for watching. Have a great week, and enjoy the weekend when it's almost Friday. Yeah, enjoy the weekend, guys.